Hi, I'm the Town Heathen, and the other day I was wondering, was I subtly conditioned when I was in elementary school? Now, I know I wasn't the brightest kid when I was in school, but I think that's what matters here, is that most kids aren't bright. I mean, seriously, you're talking about a country where top shows are like Duck Dynasty and American Idol. Now, I have no idea how I remember the details of this story as well as I do, but I remember it was the first day of elementary school. You know, the day where you don't really do much and you don't get homework unless your teacher's a complete cunt? So anyways, the teacher hands out these questionnaire cards with the ruse that it's for us to all get to know each other. I gotta let you know something, teachers. Kids know that they get to know each other during recess. It's just so you get to know your kids, right? On the questionnaire are these generic questions. What is your favorite color? What is your favorite sport? What's your favorite school subject? And I remember I got stuck on what is your favorite color for a long time. I was sitting there thinking, well, is it red? I mean, I like to draw shark attacks and there's a lot of blood. Is it red? No. That's the color all the jerks paint their sports cars. Yeah, I could figure that out at a young age. Well, is it black? I mean, I like to wear black, but I only like to wear black. I don't really like it for the color of the outside of a fish tank. So somehow, after mulling it over, I came across blue, and for my favorite sport, basketball. But from that day on, I was really strict about the blue thing. You know, I had to have the blue toothbrush. If we played a board game and there was colored pieces, I had to pick blue. I had to wear all the blue clothes when we got back to school clothes. And as far as basketball, this made me ask my parents for a basketball and a couple different hoop sets that I barely even used, simply because one day someone made me think that I had to pick a favorite. Now, I said I wasn't very smart, but maybe a way they could have worded the question differently was, do you have a favorite color? And if so, why? And why do we need to do this? Because stupid kids need to know from a young age they have the option to say, I don't know. Now, the effects didn't last that long on me, maybe just a few years, but I wonder if there's some people they held that shit through their entire adulthood. These people George Carlin talked about with the lead, follower, get out of the way t-shirts. The real assholes who make life harder for the majority of the people that just wanted to be happy. Then I started thinking about the older generations that I've talked to today, the ones a little bit older than me, when they're talking about the younger generations, you know, the ones younger than me. And it's funny how they change up the argument depending on what's convenient. You know, sometimes it's the fault of the parents. People need to raise their kids. But if they have kids and they don't want to own up to what they might have done, then it's these kids today have no respect. But do they ever think maybe it's the fault of commercials? I know when I was a kid, there was a lot of commercials with the theme that there was no adults allowed or kids only. You know, you're supposed to take some pride in the fact that your cereal could be only consumed by you. They'd bring in this cuckoo bird that didn't even look like a real cuckoo bird that was made taller than the kids to imply that he was some years in the future older. And they would look at that bird and go, fuck you, bird, this is our fucking cereal. You stay in the fucking corner with our parents, you cry. You enjoy your stuff. And this makes sense that they would go after kids in this way, because kids are hearing all throughout their young life, you know, don't drink what I drink, don't smoke what I smoke, don't fuck what I fuck. Maybe not that last one so much. Now, maybe it doesn't have that kind of effect, but who knows? If you start telling kids from a young age just to make a quick buck that they should separate themselves from adults, how much further do you think they're going to separate when they get to the naturally rebellious years? And then I started thinking about the other thing I heard them say. Kids today have no work ethic, or kids today don't want to work. I don't really think that's true, but I think they're incentivized in a totally different direction than our parents were, and even our grandparents were. Today's kids look and notice that their engineer fathers, or maybe their scientist fathers, you know, or maybe their doctor or lawyer fathers do make some good money, but that's nowhere near the money that Lady Gaga or Kobe Bryant or Aerosmith gets to make just for doing something that actually looks fun to do. Why fuck yourself by going through 6 years of college and building up 20 years of debt when all you gotta do is look pretty enough and sound good? And sadly, there's tons of kids that think like this. And yeah, a lot of them are delusional. You know what happens when they reach that point where they thought they'd make it and they don't? Great Depression. The kind that doesn't make you want to try anymore. I don't know if there's anything we could do about this. It seems we want to pay more for the things we just want. But if that's who you keep paying the most, just be aware of what direction it might lead the youth of today. Thanks.